listeners, Harika here, and I'm super excited to welcome you to UppTalk. If you're ready to learn and get your hands work wonders in the world of information technology, then you're in the right place. When I say UppTalk, we are not just another edtech company. Consider we are your learning partner committed to unlocking your full potential. Whether you're stepping into the world of technology for the first time or looking to advance your career, we provide top-tier, hands-on courses to build up your career. Let's take our first step towards learning here and explore it.
Today we will be covering the NetSuite, basically the initial overview of the NetSuite. What the normal interface looks like. What are the options available to general, normal experience, normal settings, normal features. We will look into that, and from the next session, we will move towards the specific modules. NetSuite is a cloud-based ERP. You can log in from any browser, irrespective of your location. You just need a system and just an internet connection to log into the NetSuite. You can log in from any browser, Chrome, Mozilla, and other browsers. When you log in into the NetSuite, the first screen appears, which we call as homepage, or we can call as dashboard. This is the normal screen which appears. This is the dashboard which we are looking now. We can design a dashboard according to our specifications. We will see input that in the next sessions in detail. First of all, I will little bit tell you about all the options available here. This tab you are seeing is the global search of the NetSuite. Any report, any transaction, any master which is in the NetSuite, you can search from this global report. Let us say, for example, I have a vendor here AAA presenting. I will write down the global search and I will get this vendor name. And in the same way, you can search the transactions also. Any transaction number, whether it is the vendor in OS, is the sales in OS, is the purchase order, sales order, everything you can search from the global search. And it does not matter whether it is in capital. Is it case sensitive or just does not matter? It is not case sensitive. Then we will next, this is the global search. All the options you are available. They are seeing here, these are the options available as per your NetSuite access. As you can see, I am having the administrator access as of now. Administrator is having all the rights too in the NetSuite. And once we assign like role to the users, we can assign the different roles according to their requirement, according to the customer requirement. As of now, we will be seeing as per the administrator requirement. Let us say list here. This list is related to the masters. All the masters we will create in the NetSuite will come under this list. For example, accounting, we have to create a chart of account. We will use this option, Accounts. This is a chart of account. This is all the GRs in which actual posting will be done once the transaction is posted. Account can be subsidiary specific, and it can be also the multiple subsidiaries also. And here the currency's master is the exchange rate you want to create in the NetSuite related to the items unit of major billing schedule. All the masters which we want to have, we will find under the list options. Also the employees. Under the relationship, we will get our customer, master vendors, competitors, prospect leads. This option is used for creating the masters in the NetSuite. Now you say masters, it just means like a set of records for record type. Masters. When you say master does that mean like a specific type of record? When you say master, we will take it like that. For example, I have to create all my vendors into the NetSuite. The vendor list will be all the vendor masters. If I want to create the customers, I have to use this option. I have to use list relationships, and then I will go to the customer and will create the customers from here. We will talk to this as an O. You can take as a master or you can take as a customer. We will take it as a customer list or vendor list or all the other options which would be used in the transactions. Now we will go to the setup. There are different options available in the setup, which this normally tab is used by the administrator. Normal users don't have much access to this related. Now, first we will see the company information. Once a customer purchased the NetSuite, automatically some company information date is filled and we can get the others updated on our own. Like, this is the company name, ERP fundamental country state email address. We can have the address also. This is the basic company information for any organization. Now we will move towards the Enable Features option, which will come under the Setup Company Enable Features. Enable features, like we can use to enable or disable the features associated with the different modules. Let's say, as you can see, these are enabled department locations classes. First of all, what are the classifications? And in NetSuite, we have three types of segments. Business segment, on which we can filter the reports once the transactions are posted. These are the segments, our department locations classes. Department is basically the post center. You know how the post center. Post centers are the categories O post center. You mean post center. Departments are used generally for the post centers. To specify the post in the different departments, or it can be always also line of business. Locations are the locations where a business is present. Classes are the profit center. It is directly related to the course. It is that it classes mostly related to the revenue. Now, under the classic same enable features, we will get the different options which we can enable. Like for example, if we are having the project, then we can enable the project. We can enable the project management. We can enable the project profitability also. Depending on the requirement, we can have the different options here. In the enable feature, and all these tabs are there under the accounting. It is there and access there. How we have it set up? The taxes, transactions, related features are there. Like if you need sales order or not. Let's say you don't require sales order and we will try to disable it. You need the conditions purchase contract. May you first set up next week. Some of them are by default select. Some of them are by default selected and rest we have to enable. The models. Now for example, let's say you can see projects here. But this tab will be available only when we will have the project module configured in the license. Unless, like customers don't have this module configured in the license, we will not see these options. It is subject to license also. What would we have in our network license, which we don't have? As we can see these, we have projects also. Once we started working on the project, we have to go to the enable features and we have to just enable that. Enable that. And as we go through the lessons, can you enable the project? And I just want to see how that works, those transactions. We will definitely see from the next sessions. Once we will go there, I definitely have enabled it. Thanks. Transactions are there. Item inventory employees related features are there. Like employees want to fill expense reports for their expenses. We can enable that. Approval routing. If any approval needs is there. Time tracking. Like this. This will also be used in the project when we go to the projects. These are the different options available here. We'll tell you something about Suite Cloud. All the features here will be helpful for the developers, for the technical consultant. Like Suite script is there. Anyone has to write the like client script, service script which use in the NetSuite implementation. We'll have to enable all these. Like SOAP web services, REST web services. Once we are doing any like integration from the any other third system with the NetSuite, then we have to enable this token based authentication or this 2.0 authorization. Because NetSuite can also be integrated with something like an online portal. Like if you have an e-commerce website, and there can you integrate NetSuite into those two. Most common NetSuite integrations are Shopify, Salesforce. Most of the companies like in US, the e-commerce company use Shopify. Shopify, yes, mostly they integrate that with the NetSuite. Salesforce is a CRM tool. That is also basically anything. Any third party system or legacy we can integrate within that suite. We just need the APIs and then moving towards the another other options available in this setup. We have the state provisions countries here. Mostly is automatically all the sorry most. In standard, you will get some countries created here. That's we can create according to our requirement. Also, we can create the states here also. Like in United States, we are having all these states. And if I check the United Kingdom, we have this state and countries we can create here. It is also important to have the state or countries created because when we will move towards the tax calculation, it is important to determine that particular state or country. Usually the administrator will configure the countries. Yes, these are the general preferences. These preferences are the normal preference related to the uh, the uh, the 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 all these are the general preference available here. We can have checked that. We can even configure the font size, the font, that font size. Yes. See screen font, in which type of font we want to see. One thing is there what we do as an administrator in general preference. It will be applicable to all users. It will be applicable to all users. Also, these old preferences are also there, like some of them are also there in the user specific also. Let's say I want to set up some few preferences of my own for my account only, for my user only. I will go to this home button, set preferences. And I have configured few settings according to my account only. Let's say I want to give a nickname to my profile. I can have the nickname here. I want to give my signature. Once anything is there and I want to apply my signature to any transaction or any report, I can apply. Even if I send any automated email, I can add my signature. You can add your signature. Also, I can change the appearance here, like I want to change the color theme. I don't like this. Let's say I take a green one. I can change my font. Sorry, let's see. We will save that. As you can see, this appearance is changed. This is only for this particular user, like only the user. Yes, yes, correct. In preference, you can set up according to your requirement. Other options are also available, like how you want to see your reports. Also, some of the settings in this preference will change again once you log out and then log out from the NetSuite. For example, I want to see this is standard option for reports by period, is financial only. And if I change this option to the let's say never, I will save it and my reports will get reflected with this particular option. And once I log out and then I will log in, then again it will be a standard options. Some of the preference will be to that specific time only. We will again go back to the setup which we were looking. All these are the configurations we can do. We can rename our reports transactions. Like for customer, we want to get some other name. We want to give the client name. We can rename this. For subsidiary, we want to give the organization. Like, as you can see here, the location are considered as warehouse. We can rename all these records or transactions. All the transactions are there. We can rename that also. You can even rename the transactions. We can rename also the account type. As we We have seen the chart of accounts there. A chart of account have the different types of GL. When we create any GL, we have to use that type. I will create a GL for you. For example, I want to create a chair, my 100 debtors. Here we can have the number, type we want to. We have to select the type. My debtors will come under my account, receiver type. The type available in the NetSuite are all the type used in the accounting funds. It is expense account receivable, other current assets, fixed assets, accounts payable, current liability, long-term liability, equity, income, pure guest deferred. All the account types are there. I will create this. We will create this account receivable. We can select the subsidiaries also. Let us say we want to have this particular GL for one subsidiary. Only then we will take care. If we want to apply this account to be used for all subsidiaries, we will select the parent one, the head one, and we will take on include children. And then we will say all the accounts except the cash and bank ones have multiple subsidiaries, but only the bank GLs and the cash GLs can have only one subsidiary. Because one organization has a bank account cannot be used for multiple organizations. If I change the type here for bank, I can't select only one. When I try to select include children, we are getting the message. Bank account and credit card account must be restricted to a single subsidiary. Single subsidiary. This account I have just created. It is coming here in Amdith chart of account list. Usually when you do an implementation for a company, they will have their own chart of accounts already. Yes, they have their own. Some standard GLs are there. But their numbering sequence, their numbering convention is provided by the company only. See, as you can see from for this account, the numbering sequence from one is used for bank type account. And we will then move towards the fixed asset. Then again, these are the different numbering sequence. Basically, it happens like that. Normally, the organization skip the sequence for one, then its liability for two. And again, we will move towards the equity is 3, then it's income for 4, then it's 5 for cow, just 6 for expenses, It's just to maintain the numbering sequence. Once any future we have to create any other new GL is there. Rename report transactions. We have seen auto-generated numbers. Any numbering we want to apply to our transactions or to our masters, we can configure from here. Like options are available for 40 like masters, customers, project employee, vendor are available here. When we will create any project or any new customer, we can have the like I want to have my customer as this will be my prefix. And minimum digit will be 4. And my initial number is 1. When I will create my customer, my number will appear COS 2001. We can set up the numbering auto-generated numbering for the masters, also for all the transactions available in the NetSuite. Moving towards the next options available here. We have checked the general preference also. There are some email preferences if you want to trigger auto-generated email from NetSuite itself. We can have the preferences here. We can create the email templates also. Now these are the classifications. Subsidiaries, department, warehouses, classes. Substrate. These are my subsidies such as in the NetSuite. This particular company is the parent company and all other under this company. These are the child organizations. All of those. The first one is parent. We can have the like. We can get this Canada created under the Australia also. We can have the different parents. Now how this structure appears. Basically, we have two types of NetSuite accounts. One is the one world where you can have the different multi-subsidy structure. One and other is the standard account in which only one company can be created. Let's say I want to purchase a NetSuite. I am doing business in US, Canada and India and any other country. And I want to implement NetSuite in all those locations. I will go for a one world license in which I can create the multiple subsidies for my company. And if I have only the one locations, and then I will go for the standard license in which I can only create one company. In the standard license, this subsidies option will not come here. It will not come here. It's possible to have it's only one company, but you could have locations. I mean, you could have yes, definitely. We can have locations. Company is one, but instead of we get the locations, we can create the multiple locations. Multiple locations. This particular parent company, when we configure, when we get the NetSuite license, and once we configure the company information, this parent company automatically gets generated. Let's say I go to setup and I kill the company information. Whatever country I fill there, it will come automatically created as a subsidiary of parent company. It is important to configure in a way. You have to know the correct structure. Sometimes it can happen like the US team has purchased the license, but India is a parent company. And while configuring, we have entered the US country in the company formation. The parent company. The parent will become US, but the actual, like equity owner, or you can say the equity owner, the actual parent company, is the Indian subsidiary. Indian company. Basically, it is important to know the correct structure before start configuring. This structure is provided by, again, the customer only. First, we go to set up company information. We set up the parent company and then we add the subsidiaries. That's how. Once we change here, because country is not editable here. The first time you will enter any country, it will get fixed. Oh, then you have to contact Oracle support too. Yes, then we have to contact Oracle support. If by mistake we have entered any other country, then we have to contact support. The other options are the management warehouses. Warehouses, my locations. As we have seen, we have renamed. These are the classes, department warehouses. Now, these are my departments. We can create different type of departments, or we also can create a parent child departments also. There is one department administrator administration. I'll go. We will create a child department under the administration. Again, we can have the different departments for the subsidiaries. It can be subsidiary specific or it can be all subsidiaries. We will save. As you can see, human resources is coming under the time machine. Now tell me. The internal ID that does not have any sequence. That is just basically. As you can see, this particular triangle, it is used for the sorting of the accounts. We can change. I can change. Now we are getting the sorted only basis of internal ID, but again human resources coming under the last. We can't able to like. We don't really know that it's connected to administration. Yes, administration. Until we customize it view. My 3 department also, or we can sort out under the name. Under the name, like we can change. It's my view also. We can have the parent is not coming here. Let me check. We will get my Z after work. Now we can able to see that this human resources coming under the administration. Now in the segments. One like one thing is there. Sometimes a parent department is only for the see the consolidation. For the when we filter the reports, just filter the reports on the basis of parent or filter the reports on the basis of child. But a parent department is not going to use in the actual transactions. It just for to see the consolidation of the amounts. When we don't want to have the users to check the have the parent departments into the transaction we have to make. I will make this parent department inactive. It will not appear in any of the transactions, but in the reports. These are my departments. I can create departments. I can create locations, multiple locations. I can create as per the subsidiary specific locations. I can create the classes. These are the 3 business segments. These are the standard segment, department locations and classes. We can create our own segments also. These are some features here, like convert classes to department, convert classes to warehouses. It can be configured. Now, as you can see, sandbox account. There is an option to have the attached account also. Once we have the sandbox account, like currently we are seeing, this is a production environment. Once we will have the sandbox account in the lessons, then it will return a sandbox here. Next to Oracle, next to it, it will return sandbox. Basically, all the testing, all the like initial configuration is done on the sandbox, only in the sandbox. It is, but it's the customer requirement. Either he can, like the organization wants, to go for the sandbox account or not. Is it a good practice to just do it in the sandbox and then get it to the production? Yes, like after testing. We basically what we can do, like we created integration in sandbox. We tested that. Then it was approved by the organization that it is working fine. Then we will move all the records, all the setup related to that integration to the production account. If I want to see the billing information in the license, we can see the necessary purchase date also, which is the anniversary date. We can check the billable components. It's basically the administrator related page. All the users mostly don't have access to this type of information. But just for your knowledge, I am telling you that you can check the billing information. But what are the components here? For example, the license user. There are 5 licenses in the NetSuite. We can provide the 5 license only. Modules available with the license. Like we can see, project accounting and management is there. It is configured. If it is not yes there, then we don't have the features available. Features for related to. Is that extra payment to NetSuite for that module? It does not come in the standard package of NetSuite. Yes, yes. It does not come in the standard package. Like all the add-on modules have some like red card. It is. It is the like a standard package comes with the standard financial modules. Like our general accounting or standard reports. All these, like project management, fixed asset management revenue, advanced revenue management, or warehouse management. All these are these like extra charges. There are extra charges. We have seen that the options, general options used by the administrator in the company. Under the accounting, there are different options available here. Like chart of account is also there. We can enter the opening balances. Because see, an organization is moving from one system to the next suite. There must be opening balances of their trial balance. We can enter the opening balance from this option. Chart of account is also can be managed from setup also. We can create from this also, or either we can create from here also. We can set up the fiscal calendars. Different companies different countries as the different fiscal calendars. US it follows June to December, but in India it is followed April to March. No, it is July to June. We can set up the different fiscal calendar. You want to set up for that one. How did you get this option? Go to Setup Accounting. We will go downwards. This under Manage GL, we will get Fixed Up. And below Fiscal Calendar, we have Managed Accounting Periods. This accounting period is again used to open or close any period. We will also see in the upcoming sessions how to close the period or how to close a particular month. Now under the company, we have checked some general preference. Now under the accounting, we have some accounting preference, which is also a major preference we have to configure. All the different type of options are available here. Like aging report, use how we want to have the aging according to the transaction date or according to the due date. We can configure, and all these configurations are related to all the users. It is not a user specific. It is basically related to the NetSuite account. Let's say we have entered any transaction and we want to avoid it. How you want to avoid the transaction? You want to have the reversing entry of that transaction. We have to take that. If you don't want to reverse the transaction, it is just that that transaction impact will become like zero in the financial statement. Then we will not take that. We will uncheck this option. We want to have the reverse in general, then we will take that. All these are different options available in the accounting preference. This is related to generalizer. This is related to account receivable accounts payable classifications. You want to make all the classifications mandatory. We can make mandatory from here. In all the transactions, all the classification will become mandatory. Amortization is their budget. Exchange rate integration. NetSuite also provide the automatically updation of exchange rate. As of now, that two rate providers are this Ignite and HBC. On a daily basis, exchanges get updated automatically. Under the item transactions, we will get some setup of accounts. Some default setup which we want to have. Like under the purchase discount account, which is the default GL, is going to be used. Under it says discount. Same with default expense, will default income, default disabled account, default GGS. All these are the default account which we can have there. That means when we do a transaction related to that, that's the place where the transaction will occur. Yes, let's transactions also. Or let's say I take an example of the default receivable account. Now for example, we have different type of receivable. We have trade receivable, we have intercompany receivable, we have non-trade receivable. In the chart of account setup, we created three types of account: receivable account. Now when we create a customer, we have to specify that that customer falls in which category, whether it's a trade receivable, it's a intercompany, or it's a non-trade. If let's say I have my default one is this triple, one is zero account receivable customers. Once I will go to create a new customer. You can see default receivable account, new system preference. What is my system preference? My system preference is this one. Yes, this one, that customer will get corrected in this receivable account. If I want to have my own preference, then I have to select. But if I forgot to select any receivable account, then it will take a system preference. Then it just goes to the default one. We can set up the default GL accounts for the different type of options. These are some options available for sales and pricing inventory. This is important for inventory costing method. We want to have the first in first out, last in first out, or average costing method. There are some. It is also like whether we want to have the duplicate warnings in the system. We can set up in the preferences, like warn and go. If we are entering any duplicate transaction, system will also warn and go. I was telling about the duplicate number warnings. We can set up that. Only warn the user, but don't block. Allow the. Either we can have the no warning system will allow, or we can warn and block. We can set up these three options available here. Is that part of the duplicate number? Like the transaction. Like yet is. Moving towards the next. These are some again different type of preferences, some related to invoicing, some related to inventory. Then intercompany preferences are also there. Here we have the taxes. We can set up the taxes. We can set up in the nexus here. Again, these are the taxes we can set up for the countries. Like this is it for Australia, this is Canada, this is India, United Kingdom, United States. We will see more in detail when we will have the some transactions, and we will check how the transaction will calculate in the next week. Just give two overview about the taxes. Basically, there are two types of taxes available in the next slide. One is legacy, other is sweet tax. The current one which we are seeing is the legacy tax. Basically, legacy tax is we basically set up like this. All the countries we get created in the next slide. That country will appear here and we have to have the tax code. Map the tax code. We have to create a tax code and tax type. Then we have to map it here. We also have to create a tax agency for that country. In legacy, the setup is in only one tab only. The sweet taxes we have to configure. We have to get it configured from the. Basically, we have to make active from the Oracle, only Oracle answer. Oh, they will have to set it up for you. Basically, they have to enable the feature. If I go back to the enable feature in this tax and compliance, there will be another third option which is written as sweet tax. I see, and once we enable that, we must take that option and save. We can't disable that. Once the sweet tax is enabled, we have to set up the sweet tax, and this advanced taxes option is related to the legacy tax which we are currently seeing. The difference between the two is why the Oracle goes for the sweet tax. Before GSC India, we get the GSC around 5 years back. And in India, we have the different components of different type of GSC rates and different type of GSC taxes. What happens is earlier, only legacy tax is used. To have the Indian accession system incorporated into the NetSuite, NetSuite has come up with the sweet tax option. Under the sweet tax, each country has its country-specific bundles. Like if I want to have the Indian accession in the NetSuite, I have to install the 3 specific bundles related to the Indian tax, which we use for reporting. We can set up the taxes from here. Next is their text control, text type manage text period. If our text period is different from our accounting period, then we can set up the text period also. Other options which is important to overview is import, export. If I want to upload any CSV for our customer, CSV for our vendor, or CSV for the transaction, we will use this option. Import CSV record. User roles. This is also important thing. We want to assign some roles to user other than the administrator. We can assign the role here. These are some standard roles. As you can see, standard is written here. AP clerk, AR clerk, accountant, administrator, bookkeeper. All these, some are the standard, some we can customize. Administrator role can't be customized because it is already having everything. We can customize the other roles and we can give the permissions related to the transactions and the setup to that particular role. For that particular role. Also, we can create our new role. But when we go to create a new role, we have to select permissions one by one. Which permission we want to give? Whether it's permission related to the transactions, its report, its list, its setup, its custom record. Custom record. From here, we customize the roles or we provide the roles to our users. Usually, like in the companies, usually all the employees will have access to the NetSuite system or only specific people from certain departments will have access. It depends basically. Mostly what happens is few specific people have the access. Let's say organization has 1,000 employees. All the 1,000 is not going to have the access because it will get very costly for the organization. You can say around 70, 80, 100 people will have access according to their type of work or type of operations they are doing. And also access is to be provided. We have to provide the access. We will check how the access is. We can provide the access. This is one employee already created. There are some basic information. Is there? Employee name is job title supervisor. Subsidiary is there. Under this access option, we will select a role. Which role we want to provide. Then we will click on the give access. And if there is a new no access, then we can send the send notification email or we can provide the manually password, any particular password to the employee. And also access can have multiple roles. You can have multiple roles. Yes, it can have multiple roles. It can have the administrator also. It can have the accountant also or any other role also. Once a user has the different roles, he just has to switch between the different roles. As you can see here, view my roles option is there. All the roles will appear there. We provide access from here. Again, this is the manage role. If you want to compare the differences between two roles, we can check this. All role differences. We can also check the login audit trail. Like who all logged in. Yes, who has all logged in. Also like there is the login audit trail. We can filter it or we can add. We can add another filter also. Like we want to check which user has last login or when he or she has login. We can check here. User access reset tool if like a user has forgot his password or his security questions is two-factor authentication. What is two-factor authentication? NetSuite has different type of security when we log into the NetSuite. It is once one is like his password. After password it is it he, like NetSuite, asks for the two-factor authentication. In two-factor authentication, we get the auto-generate OTP from an authenticator app. It can be Google Authenticator or it can be Microsoft or it can be Oracle also. We get that OTP from our mobile app. We put it here, then we log in. And after that also, there are some security questions we have to set up. Once user forgot all these. Somehow he forgot or he forgot the security questions. 2FA not working. Then we have to reset this access by using the user access reset. This is the integration used for these are the some options available using the integration. This is the setup. Now documents. Here documents are like NetSuite provides some storage in the NetSuite itself. File cabinet. We can store some documents, important documents, into this documents tab under the file cabinet. We can find different type of templates here: email template, letter template, PDF template. These are our reports, all the standard reports available in the system. Like financial reports, there is an income statement. Reports are financial banking budgeting, employee time and billables purchases, vendor papers inventory. This report depends on the module also. Like if we don't have the inventory reports will not be there. Under the financial, you can get the income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, general ledger, trial balance. All reports are there. These are all like standard reports. All these are the standard reports. All these are the standard reports. Let's say I'm opening this balance sheet here. There is my report. Again, I can filter it according to class department. And if I want to change a little bit, I want to add something or any other column, I will go to Customize, which will take to me a report builder page, and I can customize according. I want to add any other column here. Let's say fiscal year. The preview information depends on the number of reports. Basically, a number is coming. Basically, whatever information is coming on. They depend on what we are selecting. Basically, this is the basic idea. We can customize the report source. Now coming on to the transactions. All the transactions which we can use is available under this tab. Like under the bank, write checks is there. Make deposit transfer fund. Reconcile bank statement. These are their purchase. Are their purchase order, receive order. All these are there. Pay bus bill, purchase order, sales related, billing related. All these are there. And we also check, we will see the use cases also of the different transactions. Because each transaction is used for different purposes. PO is for purchase order. Receive order, when we enter the GRN, basically when we are receiving the item in the company. We will check the use cases also. I think it would be good to have some use cases for some of these transactions. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@upptalk.com.